Josh HOKIT, where the hell did that come from, bro?
Alex Pereira, show me these nuts!
The bad guy is reincarnated inside of a dad bod heavyweights.
He wouldn't do something like that. That would be disrespectful. What had happened was his finger was caught in the glove weird. There was a hand cramp, right? And that happened, but...
How good is Josh HOKIT against the heavyweight top 5? Does he defeat Derek Lewis to keep his undefeated streak alive? And is his midget reach a concern for his demise? Man, has the heavyweight division had a resurgence over the past year and a half. So many new people have entered this division, with people like Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall on the come up, Josh HOKIT out of absolutely nowhere, and even guys like Waldo and Walter Walker. I think it's safe to say this division has definitely had a new wave of talent come in. So how does Josh HOKIT fare against the rest of heavyweight? Well, the first thing we're diving into is HOKIT's background before he got into MMA. HOKIT was an NCAA Division I wrestler, and specifically in the heavier divisions, having great wrestling gives you a significant competitive advantage against others within the rankings. We've seen many other fighters like Josh HOKIT from an NCAA Division I wrestling background. For example, Daniel Cormier, Cain Velasquez, and Randy Couture. And if you know anything about the UFC's history, 2 of those fighters are double champs. In fact, out of all UFC heavyweight champions, 8 participated in some level of college wrestling. And in the less skilled heavyweight division, having the ability to hold someone down and beat the shit out of them is definitely a needed skill within inside the cage. And so far in the UFC, for HOKIT, that's exactly what we've seen. But when Josh finally ran into a good wrestler, he crumbled under the pressure, right? Curtis couldn't hold him down for more than 10 seconds. So far, through 4 UFC fights, the 28-year-old Josh HOKIT has already proven to have elite takedown defense and great wrestling skills inside the UFC octagon.
You know who the best is, Mama?
You know, you can never count Derek Lewis out, but he is 41, and Josh HOKIT is 28. And Lewis did get knocked out by the concept versus Salsa Man. So, there's some issues we gotta talk about. So before Salsa Man knocked out Derek Lewis, you can see he was starting to touch him up a little bit. And whenever he started to touch him up, Derek Lewis clinched with him. See, Josh HOKIT is going to knee and elbow you in the clinch. This is what makes HOKIT seem so much better than a lot of the other heavyweights in the division. He's not just sitting there like a fat ass in the clinch, huffing and puffing, and Derek Lewis is going to be like, oh fuck, man. Damn it. And he might just quit to the concept of a knee or an elbow. I mean, you never know. And there's also always just that takedown threat by Josh HOKIT. Like, he could just pull out, you know, a big double leg or single leg and just sit Lewis down in the first 30 seconds, start kneeing him in the face, and the fight's over within 2 minutes because Derek Lewis is already gassed from the wrestling. There's more ways that HOKIT could win in this fight, you know, because for Derek Lewis, it's just land the big hand, land the big overhand, land the big check hook. It's not like, you know, we could wrestle here, we could clinch up here, we could throw some uppercuts in the pocket boxing. It's like, no, we're Derek Lewis. We're going out there to swing. Man, I'm just going out there to knock him out. Fuck this dude. Like, I don't think this is gonna work on HOKIT, especially since he's good at wrestling. As goofy as it might sound, HOKIT is actually pretty elite, technically, for the heavyweight division at least. Alright, now let's break down HOKIT versus the rest of the top 5, since he is at the number 5 spot. Salsa Boy. Now, this one could get a little complicated, but I think there's an easy answer. It's HOKIT all day. On the feet, HOKIT has a electric fast jab that he was kind of spamming in rounds 2 and 3 to get him that decision, absolutely bloodying up Curtis Blade's face. But it's not going to be that jab that wins in the fight. It's going to be that jab that sets him up to get takedowns, which he's going to win the fight. If we go back to Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Spivak body slammed my boy Salsa Boy. So yeah, I'm pretty sure HOKIT's going to take him down, and then he's just going to control him. And even if Waldo gets up, he's going to be scared of the takedown threat. And it's not like he's way bigger in the reach department. He's just kind of fat, which is an issue. So HOKIT wins that fight almost easily, in my opinion. And now, I don't want to waste your time. I had the same consensus on Sergey Pavlovich and Volkov. HOKIT's gonna win. He has a chance of getting knocked out against both these guys, or getting TKO'd, but he's gonna grapple them, and he's gonna ground and pound them, or submit them. And the reason for that is, these guys don't have NCAA Division I wrestling level grappling. This is a big skill that HOKIT possesses in these higher weight classes where people just kind of like muscle their way up and stand up. I mean, we saw Tom Aspinall absolutely take advantage of Volkov And in terms of pure grappling, HOKIT's gonna have better grappling than even Tom Aspinall is, so of course he's gonna be able to get these guys down and control them. And we just saw that he has the cardio to go at least 3 rounds and have output of these high input bursts, and he obviously has a great chin, especially since Pavlovich is like a point fighter and Volkov's always been pretty much a point fighter. Like I said a couple seconds ago, I really just think it was his game plan to stand on the feet. I felt he thought he was a better striker than plotty Curtis Blades. Now, I don't know if he's going to think the same against someone with so much power like Sergey or a great, tall, lengthy, reachy fighter like Volkov. I think he's going to think, oh shit, I just got cracked. Maybe I got wobbled a little bit, shoot a takedown. And that's what's going to save him. He has the chin to eat a couple shots from these guys. And he definitely has the wrestling to take him down. And a lot of people overlook that HOKIT's only 28. He's a baby for the heavyweight division. Volkov's 37 years old. He's on the decline. So this guy can only get better. You know, he gets knocked off balance sometimes from leg kicks. And that is a concern, especially with Volkov. Not as much Pavlovich. Now against Gon, HOKIT might be cooked. There is a lot of concerns in this matchup. Gon can match him on speed and athleticism. And his jab and leg kicks are an issue too. And on top of that, Gon will have an 8-inch reach advantage. The current HOKIT would not be able to beat Gon. Gon has too good of takedown defense, he has solid submission defense, and his striking is just levels above Josh HOKIT. HOKIT is not prepared for leg kicks from Ciryl Gane, let alone teep kicks to the head and roundhouse kicks. HOKIT's in a complete disadvantage everywhere on the feet against Gon. With that being said, HOKIT's first pro MMA fight was only 3 years ago. He is going to improve, and in a couple years, when Gon's 38 and HOKIT's in his prime at 30, HOKIT will beat Gon by then. HOKIT has enough time to improve his striking to compete with Gon, but Gon will not be able to improve enough to compete with HOKIT's elite wrestling.